The body of a New York homeowner was found stuffed in a duffel bag after she confronted two squatter tenants. I'm Tony, and this is Real Estate Investing and Landlord News. All right, so I have a pretty sad article for you today, and it's coming out of the state of New York. Now, I've been talking a lot about squatters lately, and it's been on the mind of a lot of people, and this is one of the worst case scenarios that I've read about, okay? So this is the story of what happens when there aren't laws in place in order to protect property owners, okay? Bad things happen. Bad things happen, and this is why I suggest you don't confront these people on your own. These people are criminals. These people are lawless criminals. And in my opinion, they should be arrested by the police. But if they are not arrested by the police, I do not recommend that you go in there and you try to remove them yourself, because guess what? They don't care about breaking the law. That much is already obvious. So, you could very well lose your life. And in this story, the homeowner in this situation did lose her life. And that is unfortunate because, you know what? I don't want to hear stories of landlords or homeowners who have their property stolen from them losing their lives. That is awful. It's absolutely awful. But we need to work on making sure that these people, justice is served against these people. We want to make sure that the laws aren't written in a way where these people would have been seen as tenants, and that the homeowner, the landlord, the property owner doesn't feel so frustrated that they feel like they got to take the law into their own hands, because this could be the result, okay? It would be much better if we could have the police go in there and confront these people and remove them. But that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. And, that situation right there, where we have someone who ends up losing their life, that is the worst case scenario. So before I get into the article, go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. So would you confront squatters or, people inhabiting your property on your own, without the presence of police or anyone else? Now, I know some people who would, because, they always carry their gun with them, right? And they will likely defend themselves if necessary. But, even if you have a firearm with you, that doesn't mean that things couldn't get out of control if there's more than one person in the house, etc., right? And so, in my opinion, it isn't worth taking the risk of confronting these people on my own. So, our best option would be if the police would go in there and remove the people for us, okay? Arrest them, take them out of there. They've committed multiple crimes, in my opinion, and this is not a civil issue. So we need the police to do their jobs and remove these people. So anyway, let me get into the details of this article and let you know exactly what happened. This article is coming from the Daily Wire, and it says, teen squatters taken into custody after a woman found dead in a duffel bag. Yeah, and, I don't know what goes through the minds of the people who think that, we can commit this sort of crime and we're not going to get caught. But yeah, when you find a person's body in a duffel bag, right, that tells you right there that these people had no regard for human life and that they were just pure scumbags, okay? And man, a horrible situation. Let's see what the article says. Two teenagers, one in connection to the killing of 52-year-old Nadia Vitel's after she reportedly found them squatting in a New York apartment, have been taken into custody. Vitel's and the two teens, Hallie Tejada, 19, and Kinsley Alston, 18, got into a confrontation earlier this month when Vitel's went to her late mother's apartment and found the pair occupying the home, according to ABC 7 New York. Now, you know what? This is an interesting situation we're talking about here. Now, I don't know if her mother actually owned the apartment or if her mother passed away, and then, she was still renting the apartment. She passed away, left her stuff in it, and then her daughter went to, clean out her stuff, etc. But it's an interesting kind of situation because in the second scenario, the mother wasn't, we wouldn't even be talking about a homeowner here. Okay, we would be talking about a renter who was, whose home became occupied by squatters. Now, that's interesting because that's something I hadn't really thought of before, but Homeowners, property owners are not the only people who can become victims of squatters. Okay, this is an issue for everyone. Everyone. If you leave your place unoccupied for a long enough period of time, guess what? Somebody can move in there and claim that, hey, well, I got a lease here. And next thing you know, your mom's stuff is all stolen or destroyed or whatever, right? And yeah, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. So we need to change the law. I'm going to keep on harping on that same point. We got to change the law when it comes to the squatters. They don't deserve any rights, okay? I don't know why they came up with these squatters' rights, but maybe there was a use for them 150 years ago or whatever, but they are beyond their useful time, okay? And they need to be eliminated. All of these squatter laws need to be eliminated. The 52-year-old was later found stuffed in a duffel bag inside the apartment after Vitel's son went to the apartment to check on her. A medical examiner determined Vitel's died of blunt force trauma to the head. She reportedly had multiple facial fractures, a brain bleed, and broken ribs. Tejada and Alston were arrested in Pennsylvania after a car accident. The pair were driving Vitel's Lexus. So yeah, they basically beat her to death. Then, so basically they broke in her mom's place, right? Were squatting there. Then she confronted them. They beat her to death, then robbed her, stole her car. This type here is exactly why I believe in the death sentence, okay? Because these people are, just they don't deserve to be on earth, okay? They're too much of a danger to society. We need to eliminate people like this, okay? And locking them up behind bars means that eventually they could possibly get out. And, with this sort of moral character to do this sort of thing, man, you are just evil incarnate. Both Hallie Tejada and Kinsley Alston were taken into custody in the 200 block of Liberty Court, York, Pennsylvania, on charges of receiving stolen property, a press release from the U.S. Marshals Service Fugitive Task Force said. The charges stem from a motor vehicle accident that happened on March 13, 2024, when the vehicle that Kinsley Alston was driving collided with another vehicle, causing an accident in the 5000 block of Jonestown Road, Dauphin County, Pennsylvania. It was later discovered that the vehicle belonged to a murder victim out of Kips Bay, New York. Yeah, so driving the car crazy, ran into another vehicle. Fortunately, they were able to catch these people before they went on and committed more crimes, and more people could have ended up hurt or worse. Okay, so yeah, this is a bad situation overall. This is the kind of thing that I don't like reading about, but it's important that we bring this sort of situation to light, because this is what could happen if you try to confront a squatter on your own, okay? Even though I don't agree with the laws in places like New York where, you have to go through the civil eviction process, the goal is to get out alive, okay? We don't want to lose our lives because of these criminal scumbags who decided they wanted to steal your property. So, obey the law, go through the civil eviction process, and, if that gets you out of the real estate business in New York forever, well, you know what? Probably better for you, okay? Just to get out of business and never rent your house again rather than deal with, the stupid laws up in New York State.